schools merge didactics and research together. The University of Marino was also the first university in Italy which has certified the quality of didactics. In 2000, more or less, we were the first. And now there is didactics and also research is ruled by the Italian government through the suitable agency, but we were the first to do that. So what about the organization of the university? We have not only the Camerino campus, but also campuses in other cities, such as Matelica, Ascoli Piceno, and San Benedetto del Tronto. Their cities are all belongs to the Marche region. And these are the schools which are presently active. This university: architecture, biosciences and veterinary medicine, jurisprudence, pharmacy, and science and technology, which is the biggest school of the university. These are the didactics of these courses are organized. We have our first cycle degree, we call simply laurea, and these are the list of the first cycle degree, which involves 3 years, and we have geology, chemistry, physics, computer science, mathematics, and also technology for cultural heritage. And then we have a second cycle which corresponds more or less to a master's degree in European courses. And this is a very important thing. All these courses, apart from mathematics and applications, are held in English. So these courses which are held in English are attractive for also for foreign students which who came from all over the world, mostly from Asia, India, and China, and other places. So this courses involves more or less the same topics, the same kind of courses we have on the first cycle degree. So we have chemistry, geology, physics, computer sciences, mathematics. We have also doctoral courses. There are not all the courses which are available at the University of Camerino, but only all these courses which are in which the School of Science and Technology is involved in. So we have chemical science, computer science, mathematics, theoretical and computational physics, experimental and applied physics, and chemical processes and properties of Earth science systems. Okay, this is I'm almost finished. Okay, this is just what we study in the main topics, research topics of different disciplines. This is chemistry, which involves synthetic chemistry, energy storage, methodic chemistry, and also some other typical topics belonging to chemistry. And we have also computer science, and modeling and analysis is the most important topic, but also other topics are active. And geology, geothermics, geomorphology, hydrogeology, structural geology, mathematics, with all this you can read on this slide, and also physics. I don't read this because I suppose that my colleague David Vitali will illustrate you in more details what is currently done in physics. So I think it's finished my presentation, and so I will wish you good work these 3 days, and of course I wish you a nice day in Camerino. Thanks again for coming.
Now ask Vitali to tell you a little bit about the Department of Physics.
morning to everyone. It's a pleasure for me to welcome you all to this nice conference. I welcome you on behalf of the Physics Division of the School of Science and Technology at the University of Marino. And essentially just to add a few words to what already Marino, our Dean, has given to you. So I will just want to underline a few things about physics in Camerino. So I think that you will have the opportunity to, at least in these days, to see the activity related to superfluidity, superconductivity. However, our division it's small as the university, but it's still very active. Essentially, as already mentioned by Professor Petrini, we have the standard division in bachelor, master, and the PhD activity, especially in physics. So we have the different activity. I would like to underline essentially the fact that the international aspect and character of the physics in Camerino, because essentially we were essentially the first to study in 2006, now many years ago, the master program in English. In fact, now at least around 40% of the students in the master program in Camerino come from abroad. And we have also, the master is also in a double degree with thanks to University of Technology. And also the PhD activity, it's has a quite strong international character, also with a good percentage, again around 40% of students, of PhD students in physics, which come from outside. And we have joint PhD programs which started now, and also various activity related to try to underline our international relation with other international centers. Just a few words about a very brief overview of the research in Camerino, apart from obviously superconductivity, superfluidity, which is the main topic of this conference. Other topics which essentially are studied by our department here is essentially quantum information and quantum optics, which essentially in particular my main research field essentially. Then we have also physics and mysteries condition, which essentially mean high pressure and high temperature, surface physics, semiconductor physics. We have also a group working on nuclear spectroscopy, so analysis of nuclear structures. Also a group working on physics on complex systems, granular medium, microfluidics, and so on. And finally, also related to that, there is also a group working in related to the gravitational wave detection activity, Italian one, which is essentially the Virgo detector, which is in Pisa, which is a France-Italy collaboration. Just to conclude, only a few words about. We have also a number of European projects just related to this. Just to mention a few of them, to this international character of the university, of the physics division. And these are some of them, but we have also some ITN project which also strengthen the PhD activity, so Marie Curie grants, in order to strengthen the international aspect of our the research in physics in the University of Camerino. So I would like to, I'm sure that, so now I think leave room to the more scientific part of the conference. I'm sure you will enjoy it, because I'm sure that the organizing committee, Andrea, David, and Fiorella, will do a great job. I think that you will enjoy both the scientific and the social events. Thank you for your attention.
I now invite Milorad Milosevic to say a few words about the community that this conference, we are hoping in the future, is going to represent.
Thank you, David. Let me first thank the University of Camerino and the School of Science for hosting us in this wonderful place and for providing all the facilities. I also have to thank David and Andrea for organizing this event. They kindly added the rest of us to the organizing committee, but we really contributed very, very little.
That's not true.
But I just want to, of course, to thank you all for taking the time to participate and for showing up in these large numbers. I will very shortly give you a bit of where we started and where we want to go with this multi-super platform, as I call it. And why did we start this in the first place? Well, if you simply search for multiple quantum condensates on the Web of Science, you will, without much going into details, restricting to physics, of course, you will find that the number of articles in the past 10 years hovers around 40-50, it's stable, and number of citations increases by the year. So this shows that we already have a stable community working on the physics of multiple quantum condensates, and that the impact of the community is growing by the year. If you look at the subjects or the topics where these papers are coming from, well, it's divided between superfluidity, superconductivity, Bose-Fermi and other mixtures, and ultra-cold atoms and molecules, and pretty much even share. So clearly these are related communities, but they acted very separately in the past. So we wanted to bring these communities together, not just bring us physically together, but also cross-talk, cross-fertilize each other's fields, since the physics, as I said, is related. So we created the multi-super platform to address this exciting physics that comes from the interplay of generally different quantum condensates in a single system or single material, which creates possibilities for otherwise unattainable properties and maybe novel functionalities and novel materials. So the kickoff workshop was 2 years ago in Lausanne, in Switzerland, where we had 30 participants from around the globe. It was by invitation only. And this is the second meeting and the first real conference, and we already tripled in numbers, and I'm very glad we actually think on that. We actually plan to have much more. Already next month we have summer school on multi-condensate superconductivity in Erice in Sicily, organized by Antonio Bianconi. We will also have workshop on multi-component coherent systems in China. Our collaborators like Wu Wen from Nanjing and Ming Liang Tian in the High Magnetic Field Laboratory in Hefei are organizing this meeting in the spring, which will be announced. And we already agreed to have the next conference in the chain in Brazil, organized by Arkady, Shanenko and Andrea. So you see, we are trying really to go global with this initiative. Now, I would like you to finish. I would like you to bookmark this website, multisuper.org. Andrea just purchased this domain 2 weeks ago, and this will be from now on the official website of the network, where we will put not just all the information. We really want to make it interactive, make it sort of virtual institute, so that people can log in, have chat rooms, pose problems and answers. Of course, all the coming up initiatives will be listed there, and what we have so far going on, we have focus issue of superconductor science and technology, which is planned to be published sometime end of this year. Of course, this is restricted due to journal policy just to the superconductivity. But we also plan to have the textbook on multi-condensate superconductors and superfluids, which already Springer and Cambridge University Press expressed their interest. And I mentioned this because we will be editing the book, but you're all welcome to approach us with ideas, or if you have time to contribute or specific ideas, what to write on, it is more than welcome. And we have work in progress, which are multiple joint condensate or joint doctorates in the community funding applications, and we are trying to get companies involved. So besides the scientific issues, which we clearly will discuss during the conference, I would also like you to think about all these things and approach us and talk more about the practical issues as well. So with that, I will finish and just wish us all a very successful conference.
Thank you very much, Milorad. Just before I ask Andrea Perali to talk about this conference, I would also like to acknowledge Arkady Shanenko, who is our other organizer for the conference.
This is a good question.
Thank you. So I invite now Andrea Perali to talk about this conference.
Yes, thanks a lot, David. At this point, it's difficult to add more information with respect to the ones the previous speakers, and in particular Milorad, already said to us. but I would like to thank all of you because your trip was long, difficult, but I hope nice. And we have representatives from more than 20 countries around the world, and with many participants from the United States, Europe, but also Brazil, Canada, Australia, India, Japan, and Russia. So our conference is really shaping in a high international environment. And so besides this international aspect of the conference, I really hope that the cross-field character, the cross-field topic of the conference will stimulate new ideas, but also new research possibilities in collaboration among us. So I really encourage all of you to participate to discussions, to the question time, and people coming from the other topic with respect to the main topic of the talk are really encouraged to make questions in such a way to really try to emphasize connections and possible relation between the 4 different topics of the conference. So at this point I really think I need to thank again all the scientific committee and Milorad, Arkady and David Neilson. David Neilson helped me really a lot at this conference, and we formed a big, nice local group together with Fiorella Marino. But we will have also occasion to thank again Fiorella in the next few days. So I think at this point it's time to start with the scientific activities. And thanks again, and welcome to University of Camerino.
Thank you, Andrea. And just before we start, and it looks like we're going to actually start on time, a few practical points. First of all, a slight apology. Andrea mentioned that the concept of this conference is multidisciplinary, and yet we're having parallel sessions. This is a little bit an embarrassment of success. We did not anticipate a conference of this size, and it's just the simple mathematics of trying to accommodate all the interesting talks. We did not want to have truncated talks. The talks are 25 minutes and 5 minutes for discussion, and just of necessity we have had to introduce parallel sessions. With that in mind, I asked all the chairmen to be very strict on timing. And if, for example, if a speaker is not present for some reason, we wait half an hour for the next speaker. In that way, in the parallel sessions, we can interchange American Physical Society style between the 2 rooms, which are immediately adjacent. If you look on your timetable with the parallel sessions, there's a left column and a right column. The left column is in this room. The right column is in the immediately adjacent room. So it's very easy to get from one to the other. So we encourage people to move between talks. So with the parallel sessions, it's extremely important that we follow rigidly the times on the timetable. Because the program is so full, we ask all the chairmen and all the speakers to respect the time limits so that we have an intense but very enjoyable conference. Now, a few other practical matters. We are intending to record the plenary and invited talks. The coffee is served immediately outside here, and there are toilets and so on just immediately here for your use. The lunches will be served in the room where you registered yesterday on the ground floor, down in that area there. There is another conference being conducted in the Palazzo Ducale this week. So we do ask people to wear their badges when they come to the lunches, since we don't want to have freeloaders from the other conference coming and eating our food. If you have not already done so, also, please let us know about whether you can attend the conference dinner, which will be at the Villa Fornari on Thursday evening. I think it will be a splendid evening. We also have a very fine soprano who will sing for us during the dinner. So I think it will be, if you are here, I can't imagine why you would want to miss it. And finally, the posters will be. The poster session is on Wednesday, and you can put the posters up on Wednesday morning, and the posters will be displayed in the courtyard of the Ducal Palace, or in the arcade around there, which I think will be a very pleasant venue. A final comment: if you have any questions, obviously ask the organising committee, but much better to ask our conference secretary, Dr. Fiorella Paino, whom you probably have already met, who can help you with all practicalities, including lost luggage, and I've heard a few stories this morning already. So any practical problems, I think you'll find that Fiorella Paino can rapidly resolve it. So once again, a very warm welcome from us all. Let's have a wonderful conference, and this is a great kick-off for this community. And I certainly, I myself, am very much looking forward to this week. So with that, welcome, and we get underway with the scientific program.